Hello everybody, welcome back to Cobblemon. So, first things first, what I'm gonna do is gonna show you around. I got the village finished up and set up to the point where it is going to stay. So, we're gonna go ahead and take a look around. I'll kind of show you what the thoughts are. With the village, I wanted, to make it like more of a marketplace than anything else. So we'll kind of go through that and I'll show you a little bit more about that. But yeah, and as you can see behind me, I did download I don't know what it's called. I think it's like resource botany, where essentially I can grow, specifically diamonds and iron, because well, hello. I am a builder. I'm not a miner. I don't enjoy mining. I know that's kind of dumb, but I just don't really enjoy it. It's not something I have fun with. It's usually where I end up dying because I'm dumb, and I've been playing Minecraft since I was a child, but I still can't do it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead. I'll show you the village, and then I do have something else planned that we are gonna go ahead and get started on today, and some news that I did want to let you guys know about. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I did take over this little house that we saw. This is the house that was built in the first episode of building the village. I just decided to take it over. It's not like much is going to happen. I haven't filled many of these places, but this is one that is just kind of going to be my Azure Island home base, because Azure Island is the name of this island. I'll talk a little bit about that later. But yeah, so this is where we've set up. So let's start. I'm gonna look down, because I realized starting in there was a bad idea. It was not where I meant to start at all, but I started it and we're going with it, because it is Tuesday and I am way behind schedule. So yeah, so this is where I meant to start it. So this is our dock, or our port. I did install Macaw's Bridges because I do really like that mod. I find it fun, find it keeps things interesting, and it also makes bridges that honestly, they look so good that it's just really hard to not download it when I'm doing playthroughs or playing any kind of mod pack, because it's just fun. I enjoy it. But this is our port. This is Azure Island Port Authority. So you'll come up here, get your information stamped, because this is an import village. So you get your information stamped, unload your stuff, and then you come across this bridge. This is a little statue that I had. Using the straw statue mod, I was actually able to make that, and it looks really cool. I love the thought of it being there, because it just looked really plain and bland right there. So I thought that would be really cool. So yeah, we have a little statue coming in. I still do have sandstone in random places, but But then this is our path, and of course you guys have seen over here we have our visitor center, the museum, and the lab, which I have updated. I didn't necessarily want to fill it with anything, so I did leave this for employees only, do not enter. Oh, yeah, and as you can see, I did get the carry-on mod, but it's hard and you can't really get into it. But I need to eat something. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's fill up. But then you come over here. I also downloaded a mod. It's called Let's Do, I think it's Beach Party. And it added in all these really cute little these little tiki torches, it added in these chairs, a bunch of drinks, the hammocks. Um, yeah, it's super cute. I really like it. You see a little bit more over back towards the house, and I'll show you guys that. But this is a little access to the back here. I haven't really done anything back here, and I think it'll probably stay that way because our gym is going to go out over there, and I don't necessarily want it to be easily accessed from the island. I want it to be kind of like it's off and it's its own thing. So yeah, so there's just this little thing back here. I'm thinking about putting signs, if I can get back in here, signs up above this or something like that. I don't really know. But yeah, and then we have our stands. So of course over there is the acorn farm. And then we have a grill, we have Pokeballs, and this, so that is kind of like our Pokemart for this village, as well as a couple of other places. Like this place will sell all your healing stuff, so this is going to be our Pokemon Center for our village. But then there's other things around. Not that much. I thought it was a lot more. I may have fucked up. But we have one over here. This is for evolution items and evolution stones. Then we have, of course, we have our mints to go. I'm definitely putting this in every village. I just love the thought of it. It's cute. I might just put them around places near the village too. I don't know. Then we have soft silks, and that just adds any kind of fabric-y item from Cobblemon. Flowers by Blair is just like using the botany table. Then some juice stuff that was added with Farmer's Delight. If you guys have ever been to like Hawaii or I don't know if I'm doing this right. Maybe I can't do it right now. But if you no, my apples. Okay, there we go. That's the wrong thing. Slim arms. And then give me back my apple. We'll do you too. Alright, if you guys have ever been to like, they have them in Florida, and I think they have them in California, or Hawaii, but it's a place where you go up, you pick an oyster, and then they pop it open for a pearl. So, I didn't think about this. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But I was like, I love that, and I love the thought of adding that into kind of a Pokemon aspect, so I chose Pick a Cloyster. Loved that. It was really fun. I didn't really have anything that looked like an oyster, so I just added blocks with the framed blocks. But then we have our assortment of flowers that I'm definitely going to be adding to every village, but it's going to kind of be different for each village, the colors specifically. But then we have potion brewing, smelting, and that's kind of like a forger. We have a sushi stand, which is cool. We have a furniture place. This is a berry place, but our little berry guy is heading over towards the apricorn field over there. And then we have this is called Tinker's Tip Top Shop. It's a new one, quote unquote, in the lore of this town. And it's for all like the create stuff. Then there's a little glass blowing hut. There's a boat repair place, a Cobblemon grooming place. Kind of go into like X and Y with I know the Pokemon's name. I don't know the Pokemon's name. That one that you could have groomed. But yeah. And then over here we have, so this is house number 1, house number 2 and 3, house number 4, and then of course that's ours, house number 5. And then in here is an inn. I haven't put skins or adjusted these guys yet, but I will be doing that in a little bit here. But then we have this inn, which is Azure Island Inn. Serves a full complimentary breakfast. Here's the check-in counter. And then up here, we have the rooms labeled. They're kind of bare bones. I didn't want to put too much in them and get it like over cramped. And, you know, of course those other houses too don't have any furnishings, because I think that's something I'm going to do when I need to take a break from building our, what's that called? Building our gym. When I want to take a break from that, I'll come over and fill houses or anything like that, do any touch-ups. But over here, this is the South Beach. Over there is the North Beach. Down here at the South Beach, we have some changing stations. We have some people just chilling out, hanging out. We have these little sand buckets, which are super cute. I love them. They're adorable. We have people swimming over here, and then people just enjoying their time. Little kid playing in the sand. And then people over here drinking. He's not, you know, he might be a little too much. Had a little too much to drink, you know. But I think that is the full village. I mean, I think it's looking really great. I really love the way that it turned out, and it has kind of hyped me up for the builds in the future. And being able to build each village, because I've really enjoyed it. It has taken me a very long time, 2 or 3 nights of, and I didn't do that one either. Oh shoot. 2 or 3 nights of staying up till about 2 a.m. So that does bring me to, Vivian, to my next thing I wanted to talk about. So I am going to have to change my upload schedule. It's just currently not working. I feel like I'm throwing together episodes, or I don't have enough time to record and then edit and then get it posted. So I'm changing my schedule. Instead of doing every week, I'm going to do every 2 weeks. I am going to keep it the same Wednesdays at 5, but it is just going to be every 2 weeks now. Seeing as how I do have a full-time job, it's just not feasible to be able to do this on top of the full-time job every single week. And especially because, like I mentioned in, I think, an episode or 2 ago, I do work in a job that gets super busy around this time of year. And I am visiting my family for Christmas, so I'm not sure about that episode. I haven't really looked super far into the scheduling. But yeah, I mean, it'll just give me a lot more time, because I feel like I'm not able to do as much as I want to do in these episodes. I'm not able to finish projects. Usually I have to cut it off and say, well, come back. Just because I feel like I need another episode or 2 to work on it. So I'm hoping doing this will allow me to focus on something, get it done, and be able to post an episode that's not 15 minutes long. Because I did have to do that a couple of weeks ago, and that was not very fun, if I'm being honest with you. I really want to give you guys about 30 minutes-ish. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm a little sick right now. I want to give you guys about 30 minutes an episode. I just feel like that's, that's worth your time and worth the effort that I'm putting into it. And if I can't give you something for 30 minutes, then I just feel like I'm not doing what I need to do. So we are going to be switching to that 2 week schedule after this episode. it is Tuesday night. I'm kind of rushing through this, and henceforth another reason why I feel like I do need an extra week to get some of the recording down, figure out my style, that kind of stuff, and go from there. But yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to show you guys what we have planned next. But I will cut it here, and I will see y'all in a little bit. Alright, bye. Okay, so now that we have the blocking done, so we have kind of, I like this a lot. I'm thinking this top layer of 3 will be above the water, or I might make it this top 2 above the water, and the rest will be underwater. I don't really know yet per se. I wish I could find a way to kind of like move them all down half a block, so it'd be like roughly right down the middle. But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go 2 red, 2 white, 2 red, 2 white, and we'll see if I like the way that that looks, or if it looks kind of dumb and I should make it bigger. But we will see. So now that I have the color blocking in, I can take a look at it. I think I'm gonna grab some water. Take a look and see if I like the way it looks like this or not. Now that I'm seeing it, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the whole block above the water, so let's go ahead and flip it so it's the whole block is underwater. So now looking at it, if I was to block up this wall just to look at the water and how it will be under the water, I think that looks pretty good. I like the thickness. I think it adds to it. I love the way that the powdered concrete looks versus like normal concrete. I really like this. I think it looks pretty dang good, if I'm being honest. So our next course of action is one, we're going to need to add another white onto this end to make it even. So let's go ahead and get that done. But, well, I guess I should put the slab under there. Next, we're going to have to figure out our curve. And there are programs that will allow you to figure out like a circle. And I don't think we're going to be using that for this part of it, at least. I might use it for later, depending on what I'm doing with it. And if I think it's a good idea then. But as for right now, we're kind of just going to leave it as is. When we get done with this and figure it out, because I don't mind it. I don't hate it. So our next course of action is going to be finding a way to turn it. So that's going to look odd. So what we'll need to do is do 2 of those. And then 1 of these on each side. Will that end up looking weird or decent? That's the issue, though, is I don't necessarily know how we're going to end up turning it. So we did one thing like that, and then went ahead like this. So round it 2, and I started like that. I don't think that, but I think I know a way to make it look better. And that's going to be take this out to 2, and then we start this going back. I think that might make it look a little bit more even. Let's see how it looks. Okay, I don't think that. So that's going to need to change, and that's going to need to change. But I don't know if it's going to be a little bigger. So let's see if I have a frame block that's going to fit what we need. That should be it. Because I want it to be a corner there. Oh, that's not right. Okay, that's all. So, it has to be there. I'll put this here. Maybe this will work right here. Not that much. So maybe put it on that corner. Go ahead and throw it in like that. Put that in there. That in there. With these like that. On the corner. That doesn't fit. That's the issue. This is why I like the nails. It's because I find out what looks good and what does not look good. Like here, you're gonna have 3. So I don't know if I'm gonna like that. I can add a little bit obvious. It's gonna be white, and this has to be white, and this has to be red. But let's see, that might fix this problem for us. So if I make sure that it looks like it's turning, this will also have to be white. Then to match with that, we go with red. Okay, I don't hate this. I don't hate it. I don't like it. What if we change that out for that? So that would add a kind of a corner. Let's take a look. So with those in there and this out here, that's 2 square. But I can't necessarily put that there. Can put this. No, I can't. So this is something I'm gonna have a play with real quick, and I'll go ahead and bring y'all back when we have our corners figured out, because this is starting to get confusing. And it might be because like a block like that has a color is messing me up. But I don't know. Alright, so I think I have the corners figured out. It's a little wonky. I think I'm gonna have to play with it, probably. Unless I did this. Right, would this work? Oh my gosh. These things are so finicky. That. And that's just a normal one. And we go white, 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 white. Red, red. Okay, there we go. That looks a little bit better. So this is kind of what the corners are probably going to look like. I might play with it, figure it out. There's not many blocks that actually lead to be able to do that, even with framed blocks, which is kind of weird. Because there's not even one that cuts, like, diagonally, so I can't make it a straight line. It has to be this wonky, like, zigzag almost. But I'm thinking that's kind of what the corners are going to look like. So what we're going to move on to now is we're going to start building the actual gym portion of this. This is going to be a pretty big gym, I would say. If you can't tell by the buoy I'm putting around it, or I don't know what this is called. Life ring or whatever? I don't know. It's gonna be pretty big. And I don't necessarily know what I'm gonna do with it. So, henceforth why I am in this test world. So I do kind of come up with the thought of what I want, and then I come into a test world like this, and I try it out, see what works, see what doesn't work, and if I do end up having to scrap the idea, then I have to scrap the idea. You know, there's not really a way around that. It's just either scrap it or you don't scrap it. But let me play around with that, and we'll take a look when I come back of kind of how it's going to end up looking and how we want it to look. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to do one face of it basically. But yeah, I will be right back. Alright everybody, welcome back. So, as you can see behind me, I have the gym made up. I am going to be using a schematic cannon just because it's a lot easier and it means I can actually work on other stuff while this is building. But this is our gym. Of course, all those frame blocks will be filled in. This down here will be that red and white stripe. Up there is just going to be more glass, and on top of it there is going to be some white concrete powder, because I do love the way that concrete powder looks. But let me show you inside real quick. As you can see, it's kind of hard to see inside, and that's because there's a bunch of layers. So this is an effect that you can use by just stacking a lighter and darker glass. So I went ahead and used it, so it's kind of like a you can't see out of the bubble and you can't see into the bubble, so you don't know what's going on. I really like it. It's kind of eerie, mysterious, giant bubble floating in the ocean. I have my little highlight over there. But I'm super excited and I can't wait to get this put down in our world. But like I said, I will be using a schematic cannon. It is just easier like that. And of course, the reason the frame blocks are all empty is because when you place it in the schematic cannon, it has a slight issue with filling the blocks. And I need to go under here and fix that. But yeah, I mean, it's done and I'm really excited about it actually. So we will see this in our world hopefully by next episode, and like I said, that is going to be 2 weeks from now. just because I need more time with these episodes to be sure I'm getting you guys good stuff. But yeah, we should be all set to go with it. I'm really excited. So yeah, I'm just going to grab this schematic after the roof is done, and I'm going to go ahead and get this built in our world. I'm super excited about it, and I can't wait to see it in our world and get the second gym finished. It's gonna be it's gonna be so much fun. I'm too excited. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode here. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week and the week after, and I hope your Christmas plans are going well. Alright, have a good one. Bye.